Next up on the menu, we have David family is calling for him to get the death penalty.
Good. This guy deserves it. He deserves to be... He either deserves the death penalty or life in prison. There's no two ways around it. I would personally advocate for life in prison. That way he can suffer and still probably die before he dies of natural causes within the prison. Beggars can't be choosy. I'll take either one of them. Let's get up out of the video. Talk to me.
People around David, companies, they're all rushing to denounce David. And some of these people are complicit in what David did, including his own family, who's now calling for him to get the death penalty. I'm so proud of the Justice for Celeste coalition because y'all been putting so much pressure on anyone who has ever associated with David ever. Y'all been putting so much pressure on him that you got an actress from David's One More Dance video who essentially has nothing to do with anything. Like, she did a music video with David at some point. They follow each other on Instagram. That's it. She was getting heat for even being in that music video, and she had to take to her social media to put out this like 2-minute video denouncing David in all forms.
Hey everyone, my name is Cassidy Clark. I was in the Here With Me music video when I was 18 years old, and I'm gonna talk about it. I submitted for the job via casting networks and I got casted. It was a 12-hour shoot, very low pay, non-union job. I met David's whole family. His whole family was there because he was a minor at the time. I was 18, he was 17, and when you're a minor working on set, you have to have your guardian, one guardian present, but his whole family was there. I met his younger sister, who is probably now around the same age as Celeste would be, and he has a younger brother as well.
Think about that, bro. He had a younger sister as well, and he still did this shit. Like, bro, that's supposed to like resonate with you, and you still did this nasty, grotesque ass shit, bro. Oh,
during the shoot, I played his girlfriend, and that was that. We followed each other on Instagram just for the sake of, oh, you shot with me for 12 hours. We might as well follow each other on Instagram. We honestly didn't really get along that well. I would say I'm pretty outgoing, and we just really didn't click. If anything, I felt like I was kind of bickering with him. But that's besides the point. The reason why I'm making this video is because I've gotten quite a few messages of people asking me if I have anything to do with this, if I know what's going on, and I just wanted to put an end to it. I do not associate with David by any means. I'm an actor. I literally have nothing to do with him. I did it for a job. I did it for a check. I didn't know who David was. I don't follow him on Instagram anymore. I'm gonna remove him as a follower. And I think that he deserves even more than what's happening to him right now. He's a monster, and I do not associate with him by any means. Okay. I'm not making this video to make this about me. I'm making this video to put an end to my association with David. Like I said, I've been getting countless amount of messages, comments, stuff like that. I know this video is gonna get the same thing, but at least I'm saying I don't associate with David, and all justice to Celeste Rivas and her family. I don't associate with David by any means. David Burke, I don't associate with you. And
I genuinely don't know how much of this is genuine concern and desire to let the world know she has no affiliation with David and what he did to Celeste, or just clout chasing, main character syndrome.
I don't know if it's necessarily the word to use, clout chasing. I think it's mainly her covering her bases, because Jason the Ween of all people also got dragged into this as well. So literally anything can like happen, I guess, and she's just trying to be safe is what I would say it is. But it could be clout chasing. Clout is a hell of a drug, so you never know.
I don't know.
May try to make a come up off of this tragic situation, unfortunately.
Cause she could genuinely be concerned. People could be hitting her up, or this could just be her trying to make herself the center of attention. I can't call it, because obviously, right, like if she was just somebody who was in a music video, you know, a couple of years ago when David was 17, then obviously, right, she has nothing to do with this Celeste situation, and anybody who thinks she does is just stupid, it's crazy. But I don't know too many people who is hitting you up, leaving you hate messages over a music video you was in a couple of years ago, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe there are people out there like this.
People are stupid.
I misspoke. That's not the actress from the One More Dance video. That's just an actress from another music video that David did a while ago. But the actress from the One More Dance video actually spoke out against David, and she took to her Instagram story. Now, in the One More Dance video, David used an actress that essentially looked like Celeste or had the same profile as Celeste with the curly hair, lighter skin tone. And a lot of people believe that, that this actress was playing Celeste in David's sick little, like a music video. And she wrote, "I'm so disgusted and saddened about the evil done to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was the age I was when I was also groomed by a musician. I hate that I was used in that disgusting man's little sick game. I hate everyone, especially Interscope." Speaking of Interscope, they've done literally everything in their power to distance themselves from David since he's been arrested. They scrubbed any trace of David from their website. He's no longer there. He's not on their artist page. Now, it's unclear if David is now independent, if they have allowed him out of his deal, or if they just no longer want to associate with David, right? Because like these record labels will play this PR game. Like they would like take you from their website. They would take you off their pages. They would no longer promote you, but they won't let you out your contract, right? Like you are too toxic and too horrible to be included, like with them in public, but they don't mind profiting off of you now, right? Like David is a despicable, evil human being that they don't want associated with their brand, but he's not evil and despicable enough to where they don't want to profit from him. So they're still collecting checks from David's songs and streams, because especially with everything going on right now, his streams are spiking. So they're enjoying the residual money and checks from there, but they want to do this performative PR thing and take him down from their website. No, bro, release him, drop him, stop. Like, don't feed into him at all. Drop him from that deal, and that's when I would know Interscope is serious, man. Release him. But if he's just taken down from the site, but yet you guys are still like in charge of his infrastructure and managing his brand and his business and everything that comes with it, then y'all are probably just as complicit as well, right? In helping this dude, like attain influence. The Justice for Celeste Coalition understands this, and they understand, that Interscope is still profiting from David's streams. David is still profiting from his streams. So they're now starting a petition to tell Spotify and other streaming platforms to remove David's music from their platform due to his conduct. Now, we've seen something very similar. Like, remember when Spotify announced they were like removing XXXTentacion's catalog from their platform, and then Kendrick Lamar and other people had to step in and say this is not right. But I feel like with X was going through like a legal case to where X apparently beat up his girlfriend, but he was innocent until proven guilty. In this case, I feel like we have enough. We have enough to say David is guilty. Take down his music, right? Get rid of him. Right, he shouldn't be allowed to make money off of his streams, bro. Take him down. Nobody should be listening to David. He's a freaking sicko. So the petition states, as advocates against violence and abuse in the music industry, we at Industry Hackout are calling on music streaming platforms and industry stakeholders to remove all music by the artist David from their catalogs. David, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke, has been charged with first-degree murder with special circumstances, etc., etc., etc. They went through the facts of the case. They also said right here, Celeste's case is not isolated. It is part of a devastating global pattern of femicide, the targeted killing of women and girls by men who sought to control them, silence them, or eliminate the consequences of their own predatory behavior. Prosecutors allege David abused Celeste for over a year, beginning when she was 13, then killed her specifically to protect his career. That is femicide. That is what it looks like when a girl's life is treated as a threat to be neutralized. She was a child and she deserved protection from the very industry that gave this artist a platform, a label deal, and a global visibility. The music industry has a responsibility that goes beyond commerce. When an artist has been charged with the abuse and murder of a minor, a child who was drawn into his orbit through his music and public persona, continuing to stream, promote, and profit from his catalog is a choice. It is not a neutral one. I agree with this so much, bruh. Right? I agree with this so much. Even YouTube coming out recently and saying, we've demonetized David. Like, that's enough?
No, take him
No,
off the
remove his
platform.
catalog, right? Remove the visibility. Because if the algorithm is working on his behalf, right? Because right now, if people are flocking in droves to listen to these songs and take away these nuggets from these music videos, well, that's going to create a surge that's going to push his music videos in the algorithm. So essentially what you have now is more people having the ability to discover David,
it really is.
discover his music. And there might be like a 1% of sickos who actually might become David fans because of this. So I agree. Yo, take his stuff down. Get rid of him. All right? Now, they said
I hate
this,
that is a possibility. I really do.
music streaming platforms have terms of service. They have value statements. They have the ability to act. We're calling on them to exercise that ability now by removing David's music from all streaming platforms while these charges are adjudicated. Industry Blackout, a collective dedicated to addressing and reforming systematic inequities within the music industry, has taken a stand to ensure the artists are held accountable for their actions. By removing David's music from all streaming platforms, we send a powerful message that glorifying or trivializing abuse and violence against women and girls in any form is unacceptable. Especially when you take into the account, like, this sicko was leaving like nuggets. Like, he was like hiring actresses.
Like, he really was. Now that I look back on it, it's just so disgusting, man. Like, he made good music, but oh my God, bro. Everything in conjunction and in connection with what the fuck he actually is, which is a monster, just sickens me and makes my stomach turn, bro.
That looks similar to Celeste, who were playing his girlfriend in these music videos. So a lot of these music videos is him talking about Celeste. Like, he was releasing these music videos on her birthday. Like, he would release a love song every year on Celeste's birthday. They have to act now because they were already complicit and ignored all the signs and the evidence that David was grooming minors. Like, this kid from David's Discord, who David threatened to sue and go after, right, with his money, exposed David back in 2024. The music label was probably aware of it. They, turned a blind eye. But now when David get arrested, now they want to do performative acts by taking his stuff down. Why didn't you guys drop him when this kid came forward in 2024 with all the evidence of what David was doing to Celeste before she was dead?
So back in 2024, I exposed David for dating a minor. I even had the photo, and I showed it back in 2024, of him giving thousands of dollars to little kids to keep it a secret. But still, no, it didn't blow up. No one that saw it didn't really care that much. I mean, it got 100 likes, but it wasn't like, oh shit, like, we need to do something about this. Like, I was the only one basically doing something at that point. And I had no idea that it was connected with Celeste. I just knew that he was dating a minor. But it was genuinely crazy. Like, that shit is genuinely crazy. The kid who sent me those photos, his name is Gonzalo, aka Ponzalo, the one from his Discord server. He was scared. I remember I was posting some videos about it. He texted me, he told me to delete them. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he was scared. I don't know if David threatened him or something, because he was telling me to delete the videos. Like, he was scared that David was gonna come and hurt him or something. I remember David was collabing with all these famous people and shit like that. One of the famous people that David hung out with and was collabing with stood out to me the most for some reason, because it kept on popping up on my For You page. It was Jason the Ween and David. I could tell Jason the Ween actually liked David a lot. They made a song together. Jason the Ween was on stage with him, filming him with a camera. And I just remember seeing that, and I was like, bro, I wish I was famous so I could tell him. Like, it genuinely does suck, but I'm just glad that we got that mother in jail. But genuinely, I'm so glad that we got him in jail.
Jason Tween initially came out and said David was innocent when Celeste was first discovered in his trunk. Then he came back and kind of like recanted and retracted everything he said. He said, bruh, like, after the new evidence, obviously David is guilty. So he did do his due diligence to come back and say that David is guilty. But even like Jason Tween has still been receiving a lot of backlash recently. He's even threatening to sue this particular Twitter page that made a post claiming that Jason was directly involved in Celeste and David's situation.
I bet, nah. Directly involved. Okay, bet. I bet, nah, I'm saving this shit. Let me save this shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was directly involved in the killing of Celeste. That's a little crazy. These Twitter motherfuckers are so retarded.
I might download videos. Actually, let me screenshot this shit, bro. Screenshot both dishes before you delete them. That's one. Let's go one more, bro. Hope Rain Bed's paying you enough, buddy. Hope Rain Bed's paying you enough, buddy. I know exactly how much they're paying you too, buddy. Hey, they offered Ween updates bread too. No, exactly. Hey, it's not enough. It's not enough, buddy. Hey, matter of fact, bro, I'm about to hit Pokey up, bro. We're gonna double sue your bitch ass. Hit you with a double lawsuit, motherfucker. Bro, I can't stream it more, bro. Like, bro, why is this like... Why is this like lying on me, bro? Literally lying on me. He's falsely accusing me of shit.
Yeah, this is a tough situation. I would have probably just like... I don't even know what I would have done in a situation, because I can't really say that he's wrong for crying here. I just don't think that I would have done that on stream, but yeah, it's just tough, man.
The fake crying didn't really help the situation because, you know, it's kind of like making a mockery out of the situation. Now, I do know he's fake crying, not because of Celeste, but he's fake crying because, you know, this is him saying he's going to sue because he's emotionally distressed. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of making a mockery out of this situation that's really, really, really serious. Now, the one person from David family who came out,
I don't know if he's fake crying,
you know, who essentially sent a subliminal where he's essentially preaching for David to get the death penalty, is his brother. This brother is the same family member that was caught in a video with Celeste backstage at a David concert. So he pretty much knew that Celeste and David was hanging out. If he knew they were hanging out, you know, in my opinion, he probably knew her age as well and knew what David was doing. But I guess the backlash from even being associated with his brother and Celeste and being seen in the video with Celeste has been too much. So now he's on social media grandstanding as well. And he put all pedos and rapists should die, period. Now, tweeting this in the middle of your brother being arrested, obviously this is like, you know, a diss towards your brother. But I don't know. I feel like too little, too late. Especially like, if he was just your brother and he did something horrible, then obviously, you know, we can't hold it against you, right? But if you're somebody who's in a video with the victim backstage, like and you're seen hanging out with David and the victim, then, you know, we not have to say, why didn't you
couldn't
report
have
this?
not known.
Why didn't you tell authorities that your brother was dealing with somebody as young as Celeste? And I don't want to hear we thought she was 19. Bro, we've seen pictures of Celeste during that time. We've seen pictures, bro. You're not mistaking Celeste for a 19-year-old. I'm not going for that. I'm not buying it. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do the brother deserve an applaud for writing this, or do y'all feel like
does the brother?
Too little, too late. You were present. You had ample opportunity to report your brother and let authorities know what he was doing with Celeste, because you was around. We have pictures of you being around, and you never did it. So how?
Well, in my opinion, if you claim to actually care and you claim to stand on all pedos should die, like you said in your story, and you're trying to moral grandstand and like distance yourself from your brother, that's good. I applaud that. But you should have been doing this from the get-go if you actually care about it. If you actually were someone who believes that pedos have no place in this world, which is the correct belief, objectively correct belief, then you should have done this like as soon as you found out. But I guess hindsight's 2020, and that money that famous money your brother was getting that he may have been extending to you via olive branch allegedly or whatever was hitting a bit too good. But with all that being said, you guys let me know what you think of this disgusting situation of David doing this heinous, horrible, just deplorable, disgusting shit to a minor who had their whole life ahead of them. It's just sad to see, and it's very uncomforting to know that artists that I used to listen to during hard times, during times where my mental wasn't as solid, during times where, you know, breakups have happened, whether it be from me or from other people. Artists I listen to with people that I love, with a person that I love to this day. And just to find out that this shit is he's capable of this shit is just very shell-shocking. With all that being said, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell me what you think in the comments below. Have a better day than me.